The Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. But, God fucking damn it! What's up? Creepers and Geekers, Chris the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? Of course I fucking had to choke a little bit right when I hit record. That's just the way of the samurai, as it were, to be here at the Creep Farm. But either way, just know I love you because the air conditioner's not on in my bedroom. And, I'm sweating my balls off to make this video for you, so I hope you fucking enjoy it, alright? Let's see. So, did you know I went to Disney World last week? I would hope so. I never shut up about it. I fucking talked about it everywhere. I cried about it, according to some. But either way, while I was there, I managed to pick up a few things, and I figured I would parade them here on my Haunted Mansion blanket. Because the kids are home, so I figured I'd just do it in my bedroom. You know, you should know the drill by now. I don't know if there's anything in particular in this pile that you would like a closer look at. Of course, we will make a in-depth video of it here in the near future. There are a few things on this pile that I'm already going to. But if you see something that really tickles your fancy, speak up and say, hey, Chris, make a video about that. I'd be more interested in learning more. You're basically going to be looking at a shit ton of Star Wars stuff. There's really not much to be had by Haunted Mansion, which I was kind of bummed out about, really. We went into the Haunted Mansion, and outside of it, at least in Florida, there's a little shop called Memento Mori. You don't have to walk through it like you do with some other attractions. And our first trip through the mansion didn't yield really anything, to be perfectly honest with you. I was really bummed out. But every time we would go back, I went on the ride 4 times. There would be a few new things, and this was there on our last shot, our last go through, if you will. This T-shirt here that my lady was gracious enough to pick up for me. I was happy to at least grab something from the Haunted Mansion, but since that's it. This is all there is for Haunted Mansion. This was in the mail when while we were there, and my neighbor picked it up off my porch for me and hung on to it. It's a little golden book. I figured, when the hell are we ever going to talk about this? You may recognize some of these as a child. I had a couple of these. I'm pretty sure you guys did too. These were in every grocery store on a rack. Mom, can I get that? No, come on. And you finally got it after a beating for, embarrassing her in the middle of the aisles. But I pre-ordered this about a month ago, and it showed up while we were at the park, so I was happy to see that. Maybe on Halloween night, I'll read this to your kiddies live. All right, so we're going to come to trash, basically. I've had this Coke bottle for a while. A friend of ours who went down to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge a while back, which is in Disney, if you don't know yet, picked this up and brought it home because I really wanted one. So I picked up a Diet Coke, and one of the girls picked up a Sprite. And now we have all 3. I think I posted him on Instagram, so go check that out. It's a Gaunt Droid, but it's a wind-up Gaunt Droid. But there's more to it than just that. I mean, he just does more than walk. I'll try to find the video I made of him and put it up here. So he walks, but if you flip the switch, he makes, there we go. He makes gonky noises. Come on. There we go. There we go. The cool thing about this, though, is he'll only make the noises while the gears are running, so it's not like he'll just constantly go wah, wah. $10. It was $10. I think it was well worth it. It's really well built anyway. It's a wind-up toy. It's a Gaunt Droid, and it makes noise, and it walks around, and it's hours of entertainment. Next. This is something I've been wanting to pick up for a long time. And if you know me, I like to pick it up in person. I could have got this on Amazon for $5 cheaper all day long. And it seemed like around here, the only place that was actually truly carrying it in person was GameStop. And every time I would go in there, they wouldn't have any of this line. But I'm really digging this line, the Star Wars Mission Fleet. There's just a line of little figures and little vehicles. And I wanted this set so badly when I first saw that it existed. Again, it was $5 more at Disney than it would have been anywhere else, but I got to pick it up in my hand. So I picked this up. Of course, we're going to look at this more in depth. I am definitely going to unbox this or open it and go over each figure in a future video. But within is a Stormtrooper, the Mandalorian himself, the child, Cara Dune, and IG-11. And I suspect, and we will figure this out when we do the video, that they just repurposed the Black Series child, Grogu. If they did it in scale with the Mando here, the thing would be like fucking big. It'd be smaller than the weapon. It'd be smaller than his jetpack. So you can't tell me that wouldn't get lost. So they just repurposed the Black Series. So if you missed out on the Black Series, even though they're everywhere, get this set and you have the Black Series. There you go. The main reason I really wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge, I mean, of course, to fly the Millennium Falcon. And also, you know, was it Rise of the Resistance? And the whole thing, I mean, Galaxy's Edge was awesome. They did a really good job at actually making you feel like you were in a Star Wars universe. Maybe not the Star Wars you remember growing up, but it felt very Star Warsy, and they did a great job. But we're going to talk about this next. Now, as far as the symbol itself, it's supposed to represent elemental nature. And if you could tell me if this has any lore in Star Wars at all from anything, maybe a book, the comic books or the cartoons, which none of which I've really explored much, or if this is just something that they developed for Galaxy's Edge, please let me know down below. I'd really be interested in knowing if there's anything to these symbols. Now, where I got this, there were 4 different ones, but I chose elemental nature. And if you've been following Galaxy's Edge, you know exactly where we're going here. I went to a place called Savvy's Workshop where you get to build a custom lightsaber. It's a little bigger than your normal hilt. It's fucking heavy. I mean, it's real metal, except for the chassis, which is underneath this. It's probably pot metal, of course, cheap, not really good quality steel at all. But for $220, you get to go into a room with a bunch of other people, and you get to have an experience. I think that's mainly what this thing's all about. I mean, yeah, you get to walk away with a really cool lightsaber that you put together from a limited amount of parts. I mean, you can't choose from every part that they have in there. You pick a style. Again, mine was elemental nature. They have like power control. They have ancient relics and, I don't know, something else, Jedi stuff. The whole experience is recorded on my vlog channel. At the end of my videos where it says, hey, check out these videos, the suggestion channel is my vlog channel, The Creepy Crawl. And there is a video of the whole experience there if you're interested in watching that. But for $220, I think the full experience, if you can really get into it, is pretty cool. Lots of lights and sounds, and Yoda shows up, and you build the lightsaber, and you all ignite it together. It's a big hoo-ha. I think it was worth the $220. If it was just go in there and put this thing together and walk out with it, no. But for the full experience, fuck it. You know, what are you going to do? I chose to go with green, because I figured that fit the elemental nature. Perfectly. I mean, I did pick up another crystal, and we'll show that here in a minute. They do have multiple crystals that you can buy. Its design is much better. I mean, these blades just literally pull in and pull out. There's a little bit of a wiggle to it, and we will do a more in-depth video on this particular item in the future. But you put a crystal in here, and depending on the color of the crystal, depends on the color of the blade. So the color is not in any of this except for the crystal, which tells the blade what to do. And depending on which one you have, the sounds are different. It's a really neat idea, really great design. I'm glad Disney engineered it like this. I hope this becomes kind of an industry standard, but they work on it a little bit more. And you got little things like that. If you try to activate it without the blade, it gives you a little bit of a malfunction noise. Pretty cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I'm really happy to have that. So I also got a red kyber crystal. And I'll show you what the crystals look like. They come in these silly little tubes. And I will say this. These crystals here are a little bit different than the ones that come, at least mine, the Savvy's Workshop. Now, I don't know if they just make a different crystal design for each color. I really only have the red and the green to go by, and a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, which is hard to kind of tell. But I noticed the quality of the ones that you buy separate are much better than the ones that they give you in Savvy's Workshop. But they do essentially the same thing, and actually buy a scanner, reader, rewriter for these things. And all the crystals have the same chip or whatever inside. It's just a matter of what code is coming out of it. And you could essentially, it's all over the internet. I could take this red crystal and make it like the white crystal. So my lightsaber will light up white and have the sound of the white crystal, even though it's a red crystal. And you could do that. We'll get into all that when we talk about this. I think I'm talking about this crystal way too long now. This is the crown jewel of everything I picked up. My lady had to help me with this one because I was kind of spent by the end of the trip. But we decided that we're going to do that. I'm going to pay her back. I abso-fucking-lutely love this piece. We are going to be customizing this box in the future. And I probably will do a video on this. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is like a dream come true. I have always wanted a quality Darth Vader replica saber. And I am not disappointed in this at all. No, this is not like your custom built whatever, is much like the Savis. And the great thing about it is, take out the blade plug, it takes the same blade. I didn't have to buy a separate blade. Now this was $140. And the blade would have been another $50 or something like that. So now we're talking about another $200 lightsaber. But I already had a blade from the Savi's workshop, and I'm not gonna lie, I can't beat. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Oh, that first makes me so hard. Yeah, I can't stress how stoked I am to own this. This is a dream piece, not a grail. Sorry, I had to pick up the blade plug. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's an amazing piece, and I'm super stoked to have it finally. And I can't thank my lady enough. I mean, I'm gonna give her the money back for it, but yeah, I'm speechless at the quality of this thing, the way it feels, and it's just, you know, since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to own this thing, and I finally have one. And I'm glad I got it directly from the mouse himself. Say what you will. Yes, it's an evil conglomerate. But what are you going to do? So there we go. We have two lightsabers, a crystal, a little plastic droid, some junk Coke bottles, action figures, and a little pin that they make you put on your fucking chest when you go to build the lightsaber so they know which pieces to give you to add to the magic of everything. And that's my entire Disney haul. And we'll add an extra book on it. What is your favorite item of all these things? Let me, put them in the frame now. What's your favorite item out of all of this? What would you like to see more in depth? We're probably going to show both the lightsabers and, of course, the action figures. And I think it's pretty much all that you don't want a review of a t-shirt, do you? And we'll probably read the book at some point. That would be fun to do. But guys, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I had such a good time down in Walt Disney World. Galaxy's Edge, riding the Haunted Mansion. My two favorite things down there to do. Rock and Roller Coaster kicked ass. If you want me to do a verbal breakdown of our trip, let me know that down below. I did a slideshow on my other channel, but if you want me to sit and talk about the experience, I am more than happy to do so. Yeah, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Guys, go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. I hope you're doing well. Until next time, take care, creep it real, and bye-bye.